I'm still here with Colin Howell at the University Motors Fairmile reunion, which is the fourth one this year, where the guys who work at University Motors get together. Colin is owner of a very, very special University Motors C. First of all, Colin, what was the derivation of these cars at University Motors?
Well, it all started with the sell-through of MGCs, to the extent that University Motors purchased the last 131 cars from Abingdon. The sell-through progressed, but then eventually they ended up with the dregs, the cars that they couldn't move, the less desirable specification cars, and so they came up with the concept of making them specials. Mm-hmm. In other words, customizing them to the customer's requirements.
And what was the original price of an ordinary MGC?
It was around about £1,380.
And how much in today's money?
That's just under £20,000.
Right. And if you had a special, you had a range of options. What would the ultimate additional cost be?
That would approximately £5,500.
Right. So show us what's special about your special, starting with the engine. The
engine is a Downton modified engine.
Which means?
It has a special cylinder head, which has been gas flowed and basically increases the performance. The carburetors are converted to a Downton 45 specification. So the original MGC had two twin carburetors. This one has got triple carburetors. Again, it gives you an increased
and some lovely chromy bits.
The chrome again was a University Motors special edition, so they included the rocker cover and the air filter cover as an option. And,
is there anything else that you've added since you've had the car?
I've added the extra carburetor because we do believe they had triple carburetors when it was used at University Motors.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get it back to as it came out of university.
And I believe you knew this car for a long time before you actually managed to buy it.
That's right. We first encountered the car back in 1992 at the Silver Jubilee. And
that was what, 25 years of the MGC?
Correct. Yeah.
And that was the first time you saw the car?
That's right.
And did you think, I must buy that?
Well, it certainly sparked some interest, but then it disappeared off the radar.
Right.
And then for the 50th anniversary, we did try to locate it because it's such a special car. And we couldn't find it. It had just disappeared. And then about 3 years later, it pops up and it's in Belgium.
Yeah, it was in Belgium?
Belgium.
How did it get to Belgium?
The previous owner sold it. He sold it through MG magazine, and it was bought by a chap in Belgium.
Right.
And wasn't re-registered. They just kept the British registration.
And I noticed that your engine bay is Grampian grey.
That's right.
And your outside is a Ford colour.
Yes.
Aubergine.
That's right.
So what's the story there?
Again, it's part of the customization. The exterior was painted, as you say, Ford Aubergine.
Originally?
From University Motors.
Yeah.
As the option. But they never did paint the interior. So hence the engine bay is Grampian grey. And, in the boot space, it's Grampian grey.
And what is most extraordinary about this car probably are the headlights.
Yes.
Because I believe this car wasn't actually done by University Motors themselves.
Correct. It transpires. It's been quite a sort of involved research project, but it now turns out that Wood & Pickett in northwest London, they did all the conversion.
Famous for doing minis for Peter Sellers and people like that.
That's right. Yeah, and some of those
with the basket work, side panels, and all that.
Yes.
And some minis with these headlights.
Yes.
Do you know what these headlights are? I'm sure you do.
Well, they weren't used in mass production. It was produced by Cibie as an intention to sell to car manufacturers, but no car manufacturers actually took them up. The closest to them is a Renault 10, but the Renault 10 is actually wider. It's about another.
Right. They look terrific. You've got a different grille.
That's right. Again, that's
no overriders on the bumpers.
part of the University Motors package. The grille came about that they were in the compound. They were taking parts off cars to rectify other customers' cars, and so they had a shortage of grills, and then they commissioned Wood and Pickett to create the horizontal slatted grille.
And no bumper overriders, just straight bumpers.
That's right.
Yeah. So moving around to the interior, if you'd like to open up. Wooden dash, would that have come with?
We believe so, yeah. It certainly predates the kit that the MG Owners Club produced.
Right.
There is some quite sort of significant differences.
Standard seats for the C.
That's right.
No headrests?
No.
Carpet or rubber mats originally?
It's rubber mats, and it still has the original rubber mats.
Right.
So the original MGC.
Which is stuck to the transmission tunnel.
No, the rubber mats are true MGC mats, which are a lot thicker than MGB mats. So those are original mats.
And then going round, looking at the wheels, which are in fantastic condition. Were they in that condition when you got the car?
No, it's all sort of sorry state of affairs really. But
what are they?
They're Cosmic alloys.
Right.
And again,
Cosmic was a company, I assume.
That's right. Very sort of popular in the 1970s, early 1970s.
Yeah.
Actually, when I refurbished the wheels, there is a date stamp, November 1970. On the actual wheel inside. So.
And what year was this car? When was this car registered? Do you know?
It was actually first registered with its current registration in January 73.
Right. So the Cosmics were pre the car being registered.
Well, the car, we believe, had been used with different registrations when David Rice was driving it.
Who was?
The technical director of University Motors.
And we have University Motors badge.
That's right.
I believe originally University Motors was set up to sell young university gentlemen MGs.
Exactly. The badge is actually the Oxford and Cambridge college badges, and so
vinyl roof, original.
Yeah, that's original. Also the Webasto sunroof.
Yeah, very 70s.
We believe was fitted at Wood and Pickett.
And finally, at the rear, we look at the exhaust. That doesn't look like the exhaust on my MGC.
Again, this is part of the Downton tuning.
Right.
And it's a system produced by Maniflow.
Lovely.
Which is, again, part of the performance upgrade.
Lovely. Colin, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for bringing the car all the way from the Midlands.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll be looking out for it at events. That's the end of Colin's car, not the end of it, but the end of our look at Colin's car. We've actually got 3 of the existing 6. Do we think? 5, 6?
Possibly more, yeah.
Maybe more.
6,
We've got 3 of them here. We're going to move on, have a look at another one from the Midlands.